Welcome back to EP Comics. I'm sorry it took this long to get a second video out. I'm trying to upload every week on Tuesday, so I'm gonna adjust to that and be better at it. But anyway, today's video, I'm gonna be showing you what I've learned this past 2 weeks and stuff that I've been sketching as well, and the process I'm going through now when I'm drawing a character's head. And what you want to do is, like, the beginning is, you know, always start with the circle. The head is actually a sphere, but if you imagine it as a 2D circle, it makes things a whole lot easier. You divide up like one side of that. Imagine like it's sliced off, and you just divide that up into 4 pieces. Make sure you get the line where you want it to be, as in how you want the figure, where you want it to be looking, how you want it to be tilted. So I'm doing a side view, so I just made one line on the top contour of that sphere going downward, and it kind of curves down and connects up to that chin, going back, connecting to that middle line between the second circle in the middle there, and that's where the chin meets. And you can see like it's how it's making things a whole lot easier. Starting from a basic circle, you just keep building and building and building. You do the shapes, then you put in where you're gonna put the mouth, the nose. If you start off like, I used to make this mistake a lot too. I'd look at something, and when I started drawing it, I would pick one point of that whole complicated rendering and start from there, and then try to make it look exactly like what I'm seeing, and it gets maybe like 60%, 50% close. I don't know. And it's very time consuming. But if you imagine something in its basic shapes, the head is just one sphere with some extra shapes helping it along. You can think of the neck as a cylinder. You can think of the lines that droop down on the sides of your face to connect your chin. It's all just basic shapes, and when you break it down and then you start working from there, it makes things a whole lot easier. And that took me a while to understand. Yeah. Anyway, we all learn at our paces. And then now I'm finally just adding in the eyeball there. I'm trying to work out the entire shape, trying to work out the entire person. Now in the last video I talked about giving your characters something unique within their features, and for this character I'm trying to like give him this kind of almost like he's down, kind of like been through a lot, and it weighs on the character. So I had to make sure that the curves I was doing were actually kind of accentuated to kind of slope down a little bit. And you're gonna see that the hair design is also, I love watching anime, so I kind of gave him anime-like hair, but not really. It's just like the shapes. It's like a classic kind of anime look. In some cases, in some anime, not all of them. Anyway, you can still see the basic shapes in there still. You can still see that sphere and how everything builds around it, which looks pretty cool. Especially if you do it in layers, lightly do your pencil, then start inking on top. When I ink this, it's gonna be even faster than what you're seeing right now, because I didn't want it to be on specifically inking, but just showing you how you can go from one basic shape to this full rendering, which looks really nice and something that you're happy with, and it makes things a whole lot easier. I forgot the exact method that it's called. There's a name for it, but I forgot that name. I'm sure if you go to Google, YouTube, and just put in how to draw a head from basic shapes, a lot of stuff is gonna come up. And that's what I've been doing. So through these last 2 weeks, I've been doing a lot of different sketches, and trying to kind of retain the memory and muscle memory by reconstructing these things by myself. You kind of saw those sketches in the beginning. They didn't look that great because I was trying to flesh them out really quickly, and I'll try to develop more and more on that. I try to develop on the basic sketch and just kind of keep redrawing it until I get to a place where I'm happy with it. And this character certainly went through a lot of changes. Oh yeah, so now what I'm using is I'm using a Micron 03. I also decided to start inking by hand, and at a certain point I'll start coloring by hand too. Usually I do a lot of digital stuff, like that cover you see right there on the left side that did that all digital. But it also takes a little bit of a long time because I used like an older version of a Wacom tablet. It still works pretty great, but it takes a little bit longer. So I'm trying to go traditional now by using traditional inking methods. And what I would say, like, what's helped me a lot with learning about that is I watch Jim Lee on his Twitch channel and some of the videos he has on YouTube too. And it just looks absolutely amazing, whenever he just like starts from something real basic, and he works fast, crazy fast. I had to speed up these videos because it took me a little bit longer than that. I mean, a little bit longer. It took me a whole lot longer than someone who's really professional would take. But that's something that I'm hoping to get really good at too, drawing faster, getting faster. But anyway, I know I've just been kind of rambling, but I do hope that just by watching this, you're at least, I don't know, getting something of like an understanding of like, oh, okay, so I can go from this to that, and not to get too hung up in the middle. Yeah, so don't look at the one detail first and then start from there. Just break it down real easy and then build from there. And it looks pretty amazing. And there we go. So that's I call this guy Lilo Oroso. He's gonna be a little bit of an ethnic character. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll do another video on the right angle there, looking downwards, and keep a lookout for that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you don't miss out on new videos. Like I said, I'll try to be quicker. But thank you for watching. EB out. Peace.